Good morning, I'm Stephanie Hansen from Stephanie's Dish, and today we're going to make a very easy homemade coleslaw that's super delicious. It's got apples and carrots as well as green cabbage. So the first thing we're going to do is shred up our cabbage. We need to get it cut and shred it up. I usually start by putting it into quarters because that's the easiest. And that also allows us to get out the core, which is right here. So to get the core out, I just make like a V cut. And that takes out that fibrous part. Put it in your stock bag, because it will make delicious stock. And then I cut my cabbage into quarters. I've got a quarter wedge, and then I cut it in half, and just stick it in here. And you'll see how fast this shreds it up. Second quarter wedge. You want about 4 cups of slaw. 4 cups is about half a large cabbage. So that gives us all of our slaw. And we're gonna move on to our other ingredients. On my food processor, from the shredding blade to the grating blade, same sort of situation. I've got the carrot that I can stick in there and get shredded. And then I'm using an apple. I like to use a green apple, but other apples will work too. So for the apple, I'm just gonna cut it and then take out the seeds, and I'm gonna shred it. But I'm also gonna toss it in a little lemon juice. That will prevent it from browning if your coleslaw is sitting around it all on a potluck table or even on a dinner table. So now we have our apple and our carrots all grated up. And I'm just gonna do it right in here and eyeball it. That gives us our sweetness and balances out that cider vinegar. I've got dry mustard, about a teaspoon, and again, all of the ingredients for this exact recipe are on stephaniesdish.com. There's our seeded mustard, celery seed, teaspoon, very important, pepper, all right, just enough to taste. What salt does is kind of draws the moisture out of the cabbage, so I don't want it to get too wet. Now I'm gonna add a half a cup of mayonnaise. And you could also, if you like it a little tangier, try yogurt, plain full-fat yogurt. You could add sour cream. All right, and that's it. I'm gonna get my salad tossed, I'm gonna add my dressing, and then I'll have a final picture that'll be at the end of this recipe. I have tons of salad recipes on my website at stephaniesdish.com. One of the things I love to do when I'm entertaining is to make a big protein, like a pile of ribs or beer can chickens or a bunch of steak, or I like to do like tofu or halloumi cheese or whatever the case is. You've got your main thing, salmon, then you're gonna add tons of sides to it. And it's a way to feed a lot of people that have a lot of dietary needs, and you can get them all accomplished on one table, and having a bunch of salads does that. So this is a delicious salad. You could use vegan mayonnaise if you wanted to make the whole dish vegan. You could omit the honey and just use maple syrup. But there's a lot of ways to do slaw. I love this dressing. I think it's delicious. It tastes like coleslaw. It's not too sweet. I think it just works really well. So find that recipe at stephaniesdish.com.